favorite country, K97.
Well, I, for one, am excited.
17 minutes past the hour of 9 o'clock. We are sitting right now at still 38 degrees. I was going to say 31 again. No, we jumped. We're expecting a high today at 55 with a sunny sky throughout. Now, again, not the warmest days, but it is fall. So we're going to get these kind of temperatures. However, next week, this is how you got to love Iowa. We went from a frost advisory on the overnight tonight to we're going to be back up close to the 80s by next week. You know, we love this state for many, many reasons, right? And I say that half jokingly, but we do. That's why we stay here. Anyway, we're going to run down the K97 weather coming up in just a little bit. Well, the Fort Dodge Fine Arts Association, always great things going on, like daily. I mean, beyond daily, hourly. And the person who heads it all up, she makes it all happen. They got a big event going on. My friend going way back for many years, Shelly Bottorff. Shelly, good morning to you.
Good morning. Good morning.
How you doing this morning?
I'm doing great. I'm cold, but I love fall. So it's just, I will take it because this is my favorite time of year. So.
Mine too. Is it because of the holidays or you just like the weather?
I just like the weather.
Yeah, it makes sense. I mean, I do too. I love the weather, but I love Halloween. I, of course, love Thanksgiving and Christmas even more. So, you know, it's a great time of the year.
Yes, it is. And it's a great time of the year for a really fun event that I can't wait to tell you about. How was that segue?
That's perfect. See, that's why you do broadcasting from time to time, because you know exactly what you're doing.
So, like many other organizations and groups throughout our community and the state and the country, COVID and the other challenges of this year have not hurt, but kind of slowed down some of our progression that we had really good momentum for going into this year. One of the big projects that we've been focused on as an organization is the restoration of Phillips Middle School auditorium. I can go into lots of detail about that, but as far as for this event, we had several fundraisers planned this summer that just kind of got pushed aside and postponed till next year, which I think was the right thing to do. One of those events was going to be a praise fest out at the racetrack where Blues Under the Trees is held. And it was going to feature 5 of our area churches' praise bands. And we have some amazing praise bands in our community. And several of our performing live musicians are in those praise bands as well. But we are not doing that. What we are doing is I am borrowing an idea from the selfie station in Des Moines. Lydia from the Growth Alliance a few weeks ago posted some pictures of she and her daughter and some friends that had gone down to the selfie station. Do you know what the selfie station is, Darren?
I don't. Fill us in case we don't know, like me.
Okay, great. Well, are you a selfie taker?
No, not at all. I only have about 1,200 on my phone, but don't let it throw you.
Yeah. So the selfie station is booths. They have about 10 different booths. They're like vendor size, 10 by 10s, 12 by 12s in their space. And that's what we're replicating. And each of those rooms will have a different theme. There will be one that's all white, but we'll have different textures of white. There will be a Halloween one. There will be an outer space room. There will be an 80s room. And it goes on and on. And in each one of these booths, we set up a ring light. So the lighting is all set up. All you do is come in and you put your phone in the ring light, and you and your friends can spend time in that space taking as many photos as you want. And we provide the props and all of the materials, which I will mention are non-porous. So they will be easily cleaned quickly, wiped down. We're trying to do everything we can to keep this a safe event also. The woman that did this at the selfie station in Des Moines is actually a graduate of the Iowa Central Photography Program.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So I don't mind borrowing this idea. We are going to do this next weekend, October 9th, 10th, and 11th at Fort Frenzy, which I think is great because they have a lot to offer out there as well. And for the 21 and up crowd, the bar will be open in the Cardiff Center as well, which is where we're doing this. This is a partnership with the Fort Dodge Fine Arts and the Fort Dodge Greater Growth Alliance. And this is really an event for all ages, babies all the way up to, I'm bringing my mom, and I'm not going to say how old she is. But it can be groups of people. We're allowing 30 people in per hour. So we're limiting the numbers a little bit, and then they can just kind of have free roam during that time. But it is important, if you are going to attend, to make reservations early, just so you're guaranteed a spot. And they can do that by calling or texting 515-570-7807, or they can email the Fort Dodge Fine Arts at fdfinearts@gmail.com.
Yeah, don't leave the S off of arts when you do that.
Right. Fine Arts. FD Fine Arts. Yeah, and the price range for tickets, ages 0 to 4 are free, ages 5 to 12 are $10, and ages 13 and up are $15 a piece. And these are not going to be just, little thrown together photo booth rooms. We're going all out. These are going to be really cool.
Well, you're the Fine Arts Association, so if anybody can make them really cool, it's y'all, you know that.
I know, I feel that pressure too.
Well, you've handled it before, Shelly, many, many, many times. I often wonder, do you even sleep? I mean, you were constantly on the go.
You know what? This stuff is important, and we have such a welcoming community for the arts, and so much talent that I just need a little sleep.
Couple hours here and there, right?
Yeah. We also did, I don't know if you saw that thing in the paper a couple days ago, but we helped coordinate that architectural tour with Terry Allers and the Iowa Central Culture Club. And
Nice.
we really appreciate the messenger for throwing that above the fold on the front page.
Very nice. That's even better. Yeah, you get all the exposure you can for that. That's fantastic.
Yep.
So that's coming up a week from this Saturday, so a week from tomorrow.
Oh, a week from today.
Or a week from today. I'm sorry, a week from today. Of course, it's going to be at the big, beautiful Cardiff Room at Fort Frenzy. And as you said, 21 and over, the bar will be open. So you can enjoy an adult beverage or two and just enjoy all the fun if that's going to be done. How many different booths are you going to have in all this, Shelly? Any idea?
10.
10 different booths.
Yep.
And each one with a different theme.
Yep. And let's see, I mentioned some of them. I probably won't be able to remember all of them, but there's also a classroom one. There is one thing from the selfie station that if we have time to recreate, I want to do the Barbie box so that people can, be Barbie or whatever. And we'll just have different photo ops for people to be able to, have fun with their friends and be safe. Masks are encouraged, but not required. And of course, if they wear them, they can pull them down for the picture, in their own space as well. And if you want to come early with your family and hang out at Fort Frenzy and participate in some of their fun stuff, you can do that too.
Fantastic. You said one of the booths is going to be an 80s booth, man. I that could be too reminiscent for me. You know what I mean?
Which reminds me, I wanted to ask you if you would be a prop for that room.
I still have, I've said this many times on the air, it's buried somewhere. I know I've got it, but I still have my Miami Vice suit from back in the day. All white. I had a pastel blue sleeveless shirt that went underneath it. I had the white beach shoes, no socks. I did the Don Johnson 3-day growth or the 5 o'clock shadow. It took me about 3 weeks to get. I mean, it's just how it was. But somewhere.
I'm not sure why you don't wear that every day.
Well, because it wouldn't fit over my thigh now. That's the problem.
Oh, that's funny. That's funny.
Oh, that sounds like a lot of fun, Shelly. Because people, whether you want to admit it or not, it's almost like people, if you ask them, "Hey, do you take selfies?" They're no, I don't. And they do. Everybody does.
Yep. And especially if you want to do it with a group of people, and have it less, just you, that's going to be fun too. And also we will have some Iowa Central photography students wandering around. So if you're not quite sure how to use the timer on your phone, we'll be able to help you with that too.
Fantastic. Yeah, that's sometimes is a little bit on the confusing side, especially with the newer phones and so forth. But it sounds like a great time, sister. I mean, whoever came up with the idea, I know you borrowed it, not stole it. You borrowed it, but
borrowing, yeah.
Great concept and a great thing to come to Fort Dodge and bring to Fort Dodge. And I'll tell you what, again, all the room in the Cardiff Center, you're going to be able to stretch out, and everybody's going to be, social distancing shouldn't be much of a problem there whatsoever. And as you said, masks are encouraged but not required. So it's your own call on that one. But it sounds like a great time all the way around.
I hope so, and I hope we'll get a large turnout. We're taking reservations starting now, so just start reaching out. The time frame, I guess I didn't mention that. On Friday is 4 to 9, and then Saturday from 11 to 9, and then Sunday Sunday from 11 to 5. So we wanted to give people, as many options as they could to get in, and it's also, like I said, it's going to be a lot of work, so we wanted to keep it open as long as we can. Another thing that I thought, besides birthday parties or things like that, that might be fun is, businesses throughout this time, with smaller staffs and things like that, that this might be a fun team building kind of reconnect, bring your staff out and have some fun for a few minutes. So
absolutely great idea, because we're under that umbrella as well. More than half of my staff is not in the building on a regular basis. So it is a time, Shelly, where everybody's very, very stressed out. And if it's not the COVID situation, let's be honest, it's the politics. And if it's not the politics, it's finances or whatever it is. This would be a great stress reliever. You just walk in, you got your cameras, your phones. You just have some fun and go booth to booth to booth, and that just sounds like a blast.
Yep, and we'll have music playing, and so that'll just be kind of nice. I do want to mention that a couple weeks ago, Iowa Central had their band and choir concert out at the band shell, and I hadn't been to anything at the band shell for quite a while, let alone really anything this year. But there was a great turnout. It was a beautiful night. It just was fun to create music and have an appreciative audience again. So this is going to be another way to just kind of celebrate what we're doing in town, and our proceeds again will go to the restoration of Fort Dodge of Phillips Middle School auditorium.
Fantastic. Well, and you being an artist yourself, Shelly, in many ways, musically in many other ways as well, talking with a lot of country artists like I have, they're ecstatic that they're finally getting back out and being able to perform, even if it's just a small venue. Just getting back out. So I'm sure you, with your artistic talents in so many areas, that you're just like thrilled to, hey, I can finally get out and do a little something anyway.
Yep. It's good for the brain. It's good for the soul. It's just, it's nice to have that. So
absolutely. And as you said, all this is to help continue to raise funds for the Phillips Middle School auditorium, which we, from our vantage point here at the studios, we get to see some of the construction going on, at least from the outside of that. So that's cool. That's way cool that that's being utilized.
Yep, and we've just started the flooring in there, and we're hoping that we'll have the cleanup done by January, and so then it will at least be a usable space, and then we'll get the curtains and the lighting and the sound system, and we're going to have a pretty kick-butt space.
Man, you are. Nice check on the wording. Good job.
Yeah, I had to stop myself.
That's all right. No, that's going to be fantastic again all the way around. Well, kudos to you, Shelly. And I know you guys have got a lot of things going on with the Fine Arts Association quite often. You told me a couple of times in the past that you guys have dozens and dozens of things that you help with, that you promote, that you work on every month. I mean, it'd be almost mind blowing if people knew how many things you actually have going on every month. Right.
Well, in a normal year, we have on average of 70 events going on every month between our members. Yep, our members and our organizations. Now, of course, that number is down a little bit, but virtually those numbers are up again. So it's just, artists are creative, and nothing has ever stopped the creation of art before. So I think we're going to be all right.
I think you're going to be okay. Just slowed it down for a little bit, but it's definitely going to pick up again. Well, hey, we need to get you back on more often and talk about all these events, because as they do start to pick up, you got a lot of great things going on. In case people miss this one today, we can always get you back on next Friday before the whole thing kicks off. You're putting in some serious hours on this, sister. I mean, holy smoke. Did you say 11 and 9 next Saturday?
Yeah, 11 and 9.
Wow.
What else would I be doing?
You're not doing it half butted, right?
No, there's no half-buttedness going on. And like I said, follow our Facebook page. There's an event on Facebook for this also. It's called #GoatSnaps, the greatest of all time, Goat Snaps. And we'll be posting some pictures of our updated projects that we've done over the next few days to get ready for this. And so it's going to be kind of fun.
Absolutely. Well, fantastic. Kudos to you and everybody with the Fort Dodge Fine Arts Association that's making this happen. And let's you and I talk off air and like we have been, and get you back on next week is kind of a reminder for everybody, because I'd love to see you guys have an enormous turnout for this, because this is a great release, Shelly. You guys really came up with a great idea. Thank you.
And thanks for letting me come on this morning.
Anytime, sister. Have a great weekend. We'll talk to you next week. All right.
Okay.
All right. See you later.
Yep.
Shelly Bottorff from the Fort Dodge Fine Arts Association. And again, sounds like a fantastic event going on next Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. So make sure that you do make plans to be a part of that.